Okay, so I wanted to do one last little pep talk for you before you take the B test. I've got a number of people, parents and students who have reached out and talked about how, their son or daughter or themselves were nervous and they made silly mistakes on questions 1 through 10 and things like that. And I wish I could tell you you don't have nervousness or something, but you can't. There's no way around it. Okay. No matter what you do, the pressure and the nervousness are going to be there. You're going to have to learn to live with those aspects of being human, and you're going to have to overcome it. If you want the Amy qualification, the only way out is through. You're going to have to go through yourself, through the mental state that you're going to have to overcome in order to achieve the goal that you want. These things, when you're doing practice tests, I mock 120 to 130 or over 110, whatever, I'm consistently getting this, and then on the real thing I can't. Yeah, because there's no pressure on the other one. There is none. You don't have, your brain can't trick itself to say, an Amy qualification rides in this. You can tell yourself that all you want. It's not going to be there until you're on the actual test. Number one, that's why you take both tests every year, so you get 2 chances. You need as much exposure to that level of pressure as you can get. You need to get acclimated, and you need to learn to operate in that space. And so I want to talk about that a little bit before you take the B test. For those of you who didn't feel satisfied with your A performance, maybe you're below significantly the cutoff where you think it will be or where others think it will be. Maybe you're below what you expect of yourself. Whatever. There are expectations associated as well. I understand there's additional pressure perhaps for you, either put on yourself, by your community, by your students, right? Your fellow students at your school. Maybe you're at a very competitive school. Maybe you're in a family who wants you to achieve this so much and they've put in all this effort to help you get there. I get it. I understand. Guess what? It's not going to go away. There's nothing you can do about that. And so it's going to be very difficult to manage that pressure and nervousness, but you have to. If you want to qualify, you have to. So you get another shot, forget the A test, put it behind you, and start focusing now on the mental state that you're going to need to qualify for the B. I put time per question here. When I did the AMC 10 over here on my desk, I took 23 minutes for the first 10. One thing that you can do is you can start slowing down a little bit, especially on those first 5. There's going to be, they like to trick you. And your brain wants to go, I'm on question 1, I got to go quick so I can get and you just kind of panic, and it's just, that's got to be the pressure, okay? So you're going to have another chance, all right, to get there. I think slow it down some. I think just go a little bit slower. You're going to need to be confident. Confidence and hubris and arrogance are not the same thing. Okay, you need kind of a quiet confidence, but you want, kind of like they say this too, trust but verify, right? They say this a lot in other ways, like you're dealing with other humans in the world, trust but verify, okay? Same thing with yourself. Trust yourself, but verify. Double check. Understand, you make mistakes. So do I, sometimes. On this one I didn't make any, but I also didn't answer all 25. I was only able to answer 20 under the timed conditions, but I didn't get one wrong. Okay, so that's what you want to do. Slow it down a little bit. You're not going for USAMO. If you're on the border of qualifying, don't think about USAMO. Most students don't go from never qualified to USAMO in 1 year. You have to first get past that first hurdle. So maybe don't think about 25 questions. Try to answer, I would say, let's say that you can answer 17 right with 8 skips. Okay, if you don't get any wrong. Right? But if you only have to answer 17 in 75 minutes, you've got more than 4 minutes per question. 4 times 17 being 68. So up this 23 minutes even to 30. To be honest, question 4 took me a while. I think 6 minutes maybe. So I just kept getting confused with it for some reason. And a lot of you did as well. Some people, it was trivial, it's just blah, blah, blah. Okay, ignore those people. For them, it's probably in their wheelhouse. They did a bunch of similar type questions. We all come to the table with different strengths and weaknesses. Understand that you're not going to spot every shortcut on every problem and see the most efficient path. That's normal. You saw my solution for the similar triangles problem number 13. I missed the similar triangles, an easy finish to the problem. I'm over here making a parallelogram, right? That happens to everyone. You're not always going to catch it. Don't chastise yourself too much. You want to get as many of those as you can, but understand that you have human limitations. You're not perfect, just like me, just like all of us, right? So don't worry about it. If you took 30 minutes on your first 10, that's an average of 3 minutes per question, okay? Think about what you have now. You would have 45 minutes to answer 7 questions. That's over 6 minutes a question for the rest. That's a lot of time. This right here, 17 right is 102. 8 skips is 8 plus half of 8. It's 12 more points. If you scored a 114, in the modern era, it's virtually guaranteed. I don't think we've had a cutoff higher than this since 2017. So you got 2018, 19, 20, 21, now we're in 22. Going on 5 years, it has not been higher than 114. Okay, so don't aim for super high score, okay? Just try to get 17. Slow it down. Double check your work. So when you're adding even simple fractions, go back and look at it again, right? You're gonna have to learn how to calm the nerves. I don't know how to say it any other way. It's gonna be important. Sillies and mistakes, slow it down, okay? We'll talk about sillies and mistakes in the future. I don't have time to fully develop this. A lot of the sillies and mistakes thing is you've made all the mistakes before you take the test. And how would you have made all the mistakes? Because you did every past test, you've done all these mocks, all these books, all these problems. That's what people are talking about when they say solve thousands of problems. Oh, but my friend, he didn't solve thousands of problems and he got to, yeah, okay, some people are in the 0.00001% and they learn very well and they don't make that many mistakes. Most of the rest of us need to make all the mistakes in advance. And then when you're taking the test, you go, I remember that one time I was adding those fractions and I did this one thing, I'm going to avoid that. For me, that happened when the one where it said it was equal to x. The average of the 6 numbers was equal to one of the 6 numbers. As soon as it said one of the 6 numbers, got to be the x. People are going to forget the x. I knew it. You know why? Because I've done it. Because I forgot before. I got caught on that kind of mistake on a previous AMC problem, and when I saw it this time, boom, I avoided it. Saw the trap, dodged it. You know how you do that? Make the mistakes before the test. Make them throughout the year as you're preparing, going through past tests and contests. There's no way around that. Experience is going to make you better, okay? Even this experience, let's say you don't qualify this year, the experience is going to make you better. It's going to make you more capable of having a chance next year. If you're a junior this year and it's kind of your last chance to get that onto your college app, I would encourage you to still take it your senior year. Yeah, you can't put it on the college app. Take it to try to prove something to yourself, okay? So there you go on that. Sillies and mistakes, more on that in the future. But number one, if you slow it down a little bit, you will make less mistakes. Doubt yourself a little bit, or trust but verify, right? Most of the time you're not going to make a mistake. You've done it so many times. That's just like all humans, okay? But every once in a while you do. You saw it happen to yourself on the A test, so stop expecting it. Stop expecting yourself to flawlessly execute on each first attempt. I catch my mistakes. I used to have a saying, the difference between A students and B students is not the number of mistakes they make, it's the number of mistakes they catch. The A students check their work. Make sure you're kind of trying to find a way to look over your work and verify. That's why on the 5-box question, there's 5 boxes in here like this. Yeah, I thought about maybe trying to do that, but I didn't trust that it would definitely work, so I did it with the casework way. Okay? And the casework way plus this way confirmed each other. 2 different routes, same answer. Now I know it's correct. Okay, that's the kind of thing you have to do, and that's why knowing more than one way to solve a problem really helps. Okay, confidence, not hubris or arrogance, we talked about that. The time per question, I think this is fine. Slow it down, you'll have 45 minutes for 7 more questions. Maybe you can get 8 in there, and maybe you even get 1 wrong. If you got 1 wrong from 114, you lose 6 points, you're at a 108. Still a really good chance to qualify. As if you don't know, my prediction for the cutoff is right around 105 or 106.5. For the AMC 12, I don't know. I feel like no lower than this, but I'm surprised every year. They took 13% last year, so maybe it gets down to a little bit lower. If you're on that border cusp, cross your fingers and hope. I'm hoping right along with you. Okay, Check yourself as just this, right? Don't just go, oh, I'm going to get it right. I'm going to go fast. I'm going to be super. Fast is good, but only if you're getting things right. There has to be a balance with the accuracy, okay? So we know you can go fast. You've done it so many times. You demonstrated on various little activities how quickly you can calculate. Good job. But you go so fast you make a mistake. Was it worth it? Slow it down. Last chance for 2022. That's what this B test represents. Put the A test behind you. It's done. Learn from it. Add it to your knowledge base of, here's what happened to me when pressure and nerves got to me. This time, I'm going to get it. Don't be discouraged about what happened on the A. Just focus on the B. Try again. Each time you fail, get up, try again. Okay, I put meditation here. I like meditation. Even if it's just 30 minutes, 20 minutes for the test, try to get into a mental state of preparation. You do breathing techniques. It doesn't have to be religious. If you're part of a particular religious belief, then maybe utilize the beliefs of your religion to help with that meditation. Draw upon that, okay? But try to quiet your mind. Try to quiet it and be calm. You want to enter the test with this kind of calm, game face kind of thing. You look at major athletes when they're approaching, they get this game face. They're in the zone. You need to get in the zone. You need to be ready for the test. Just be calm, and you have to have a determination. I'm going to get this done this time. And that's the best way to have a shot at that. So I like about 30 minutes for the test, 20 minutes for the test. Just try to achieve inner calmness and then slowly go through it. Don't talk to people. People talking to you, put some earplugs in or something, right? Just try to zone that out. Focus internally on maintaining calmness. LeBron James, first year in Miami after he transferred to make it the team with Dwayne Wade. He had never won a title yet. They got all the way to the finals and lost to Dallas. After that, he hired a coach, one of the greatest players in the history of the game. Some people think the greatest, others think Jordan, others think, various other people, okay? But he hired a coach because they get pressure and nervousness. There's pressure on yourself to achieve something. So understand that's part of it. If you want it, the only way out is through. Then go, take it on, okay? Last thing, how bad do you want it? If you want it, then you're going to have to put in the work next year if you don't get it done this year. It starts in December. It starts year-round. You need to go through, build your knowledge base, and then start going through and solving a bunch of problems. That's why sites like AMC Trivial exist. That's why Alchemist exists. That's why For the Win exists. It's something you're going to have to put the work in to get, but steel your mind. Make yourself an impenetrable fortress. Don't try to, as much as you can, to mitigate how these things affect you. Everybody's different. We all have different families, different backgrounds, different experiences, but you're going to have to overcome these. Get it done. I'll see you guys on the flip side with the solutions. Have a good one.